Um, you know, Heart open, gunshot. Find out she's somewhat kind of psychic, somewhat just
Yeah, because she picks
good
out the
intuition.
house. She's got a tingle.
We get a lot of scenes where they're putting her on a new case that is unsolved. And we get to her house, her cabin, and is it in the woods?
Yeah,
Kind of. Okay, cabin in the woods. Not the funny comedy horror film, but cabin in the woods. I was expecting some like scary stuff to be happening.
Right.
We did not get that.
No, and that's again where I feel like the movie it's weird because it's like the movie is subverting expectations, but I don't think it meant to. I think that the movie this is just the movie, and because of the marketing, you were thinking you were going to get some crazy like super scary scene, and there was like some tension and suspense in that scene of the Longlegs chasing her through the house or whatever, but it wasn't played in the way that you would have thought had this been like a Conjuring movie.
Yeah.
It played out in the way that you would have thought if you would have went in thinking that this was like a Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
You know?
Which I want to say that, in my opinion, is still horror to an extent.
Yeah, of course.
Because I saw
but the beats are different.
They're different.
And I think that's the big distinction. Like the main beats are always going to just be a bit different, and the way that the atmosphere is played into it and everything, it's just different. It's not the same as a Conjuring. It's not the same as a as a Nun or a Sinister. They're just not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. We see a little bit of Longlegs in the background, doing his little long leg things.
Mm-hmm.
Not really stretching them legs. But,
no, but he's back there.
He's back there. It's very suspenseful. There's some beautiful shots. I do like the FBI director. I don't know his name.
He did a fantastic job, as did Micah Monroe's mom. I'm not remembering her name either, but she also did.
She was
a fantastic job.
There was a part of me that thought maybe like Micah was just talking to no one at one point.
See, that would have been interesting. Now we're playing into a little bit of psychosis, maybe a little bit of mental health.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were
going on. Yeah, because of the phone conversations were a bit like off. Like, oh, why is she saying these things? But it makes sense towards the end, sort of. Once we get to like the doll stuff, and that's where I feel like I got to gripe. You got to gripe
with the doll stuff. Interesting, because I thought it was.
I got a gripe.
Okay, go ahead. Shoot your gripe, and then I'll talk about my gripe.
Okay, so in this movie, we got these dolls. These dolls you find out that these dolls are what controls the people. Because their whole thing is that we're trying to figure out, well, how the heck is Longlegs getting these families to kill themselves? It doesn't make sense. We have him at the scene, but he's never the one doing the murdering. So how does that work? Well, it's the dolls. He makes the dolls. He's the doll maker, and the devil, I guess, puts juju magic
in a ball,
in a weird
metal
ball, and then Longleg put the metal ball inside the doll, and they gift that doll to the child in a family whose birthday is on the 14th. I don't get that significance, but the birthday's got to be on the 14th, and that doll allows Devilman to infect the family's mind, basically, and get them to go cuckoo bananas and murder each other. Yeah. That is what happens. Now, my gripe is that at this point of the movie, we transitioned from procedural cop detective thriller. We transitioned from Seven and Silence of the Lambs right on into Conjuring. And I didn't enjoy that because I felt like we were really getting just kind of, I don't know, I felt like we were really just getting two different films at that point. And at that point, you had to choose which part of the film is gonna get them the most like screen time, essentially. And you can't do both. And they try to do both. And I think that it still was fine, but I think that if they would have leaned heavily into one or the other, either make this film be more about the supernatural and have that be more in the forefront from the beginning, because at the end of the day, Longlegs really wasn't that important. He died off pretty. Yeah, he's the puppet. He died off pretty decently early into the film, and just kind of gave way to the rest of the plot, and for Micah to figure out, well, who was his accomplice? Well, it's someone who's close to you. It's your mom. Congrats. You know,
which that was a little shocking.
no, it was definitely shocking, but that also to me felt more. This is just a human. This is just a person. This is your mom. It felt more leaning into what could have just been like, you got a cuckoo bananas mom, and you know, like that's it, and like that leaned more into a more grounded story that's not like The Conjuring. So that's why my gripe was just like, I felt like they should have really leaned heavily one way or the other. Give us Seven or give us The Conjuring. We can't do both in this sense, because if you're going with the supernatural, now I got more questions. What's with these balls? What's with these dolls? What's with Longlegs? Where'd he come from? Is he her dad? Who is this man?
Yeah.
Where the devil at? And yeah, I know they said
Where'd the
that,
devil be?
I know they said that they got him, like, you know, appearing in the background at different places, yada yada, like 17 times or something like that.
Yeah, but
I noticed some of them, not all of them. I noticed maybe like 4 or 5. But it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, but like, which way are we going? Is this, if it's more supernatural, we need to see him more. Show him more. I want more.